All right. Um, I inspired to make this video because I was watching four other people on TikTok because I can agree with them. This title is gonna be "Everything's Not the Same with the Way It Used to Be Back in the Day" because this new generation is going downhill rapidly. So it's probably reference to my old previous diary, just a little bit about why people soft and what else. I think I'll probably say the exact same thing in this video right here, but just minor, just a little bit. So, so, sorry, I'm trying to think as I go, as I please. It's just that, damn, the moment you start recording, you've got the words you got to say in your head. The next thing you know, you don't have to say it. I don't like to be stuttering at times. So, I've just started like this. During that time in the 90s, I'm the 90 kid, I'm 27 years old, born in 1996. So I know experience what real life really was back then. It was like we was on a hype train, like to the 60s, 70s, 80s, and the 90s, early 2000s. Up to that point, we were just riding on the train like this. We was going, being happy. Then next thing you know, all of a sudden the train derailed itself off the cliff, and you was wondering what the fuck's going on. What just happened? That's like real life right now. Since after around like 2010 or 2013, that's when things went downhill after that generation because of sin for a season. So I did have a dream of people was kind of was ranting. It was ranting. Things not the same anymore. Why we didn't get something good? And I told the people, the crowd, well, things not the same the way it used to be back in the day. So they didn't hear me until one angel took position and said the exact same thing I said. And then next thing you know, the dude said, well, it was kind of our fault because we were promoting bad stuff, listening to music, watching movies, play video games, like bad stuff. Like really though, they know what's good and bad. And I see even start noticing of many people playing reminisce. It's okay to reminisce of the past. Watch your favorite movies, watch your TV shows, play your video games, your favorite, all the good stuff. People was making things back then. They don't have no time to play around. They was making stuff for the love of it and the fun of it, and they teach you life learn lessons along the road. It's like it's like people out of they laying out their boss because everybody have a role to fill. It's like they force things down our throat, even though we don't care as much as we should. Look, I care about the story, how the characters reflect each other off of it. I don't care about none of that, the sexuality, whatever type of way. Because I could tell you a little example of, the movie Set It Off Right with Cleo. She was gay. Now, here's the thing though. She didn't force nothing on people to be sexuality or whatever. It doesn't matter. We love her because she was herself. She brought something in the table that for her personality in the group, it reflects her story. She's ghetto. Yes. At the end of the movie, yeah, spoiler by the way. Well, yeah, that movie been old. All three little girls died except for one girl, and then that's about it. Like, we love Cleo. Just a matter of fact, she was a real bad bitch. She was funny shit. So we like her just because of that. If y'all can relate to me on that. That's how you do gay people like that. As long as they have something worth the table and reflect off the story, it'll be fine. Don't force it onto it. It doesn't matter what y'all say or think. Okay? Like, why does that have to matter? Anyway, before I go off a little topic, uh, what else I was about to say was because I might just chunk this video into parts. This might be a long, long video for TikTok. YouTube might just make a full long video of this. Um, shoot, man, I just forget what I think about the saying afterwards. Like I did mention about my dream, And I did, man, child, man, Lord Jesus. I guess I had to turn this off real quick. Hold on. And think what I have to say. I'm back. I write down just a little notes just in case if I forget what I have to say. So I'm gonna look at hard work pretty much doesn't exist anymore because it threw out the window because of people just copycat off each other. You could say I might just throw in rehash and reboots of the old, nonsense. Just keep milking it as a milk away machine. It's all about the Benjamin. With that, it was just like it's kind of frustrating because we don't get to have too many people to go in the studio and take risks or in the video game and stuff like that. I don't want to take risks because there are people out there, they do have original ideas, but there's not too many of them because it's rare because how the way it is nowadays because many people not using their gift like God gave them. Like I said before, it mentioned people have all gonna be clarified what I just said that's that way. Everybody have their own lane of who made game development, who, you could say movie TV shows, they kind of like almost the same, the directors and all that type of stuff. Talented people that experience life because art imitate life. They know what they're doing. And they pretty much they know pretty much. They learn from other people, characters based off the same things and all that type of stuff. So it's like people give it to the wrong people. They are not talented as much. And it feels like, why are they in this chair even though they destroying too many stuff, like they're destroying things? Like everything you guys know that you love, or a TV show, or movie, or video game, it always had to be something forced down your throat. You really don't care about it. And it's like, look, man, I just want to have a good time. I just want to, you know, when I came and do all this stuff, I came to have a little escapism. For me only, I say the exact same thing, like it's an escapism. Maybe people who wrote it have some life learned lessons I can learn from them. Like learn off each other. That way, everything be all right at the end of the day. Always be a light at the end of the tunnel. But it's like, it's, yeah, man, Lord Jesus, it's just like, God, where is this world going to? Right? I know it's at the end times because many people don't explain about the end times. Like literally though, Jesus coming back. People may not like it or not. So all the good people, like the elders and all that type of stuff. Oh yeah, I'm gonna mention about that too as well about the elders because the elders back in those times they didn't have no time to play either because that moment everybody was watching each other. Everybody loving each other. They have God in their life. This street that I used to live in, it was like a village. Everybody watching each other back. It's like you could open your door and nobody can steal nothing. You could let nobody did steal nothing. Everybody watch each other back. If a kid acting up in the street and all that, they beat your ass because they don't care if they is your parent. They don't care. And then tell their parent you get your ass whooped in the other household too as well. Because they was just eyeing you out. Because this world doesn't care about you. The people around you and all that type of stuff. That's why I say you better know your friends and what's going on around this world. Because it's life learned lesson stuff. But now since after the elder passed away, the people that are raising us to this generation, even though the generation is about to go downhill, that's when they're kind of at fault. Because my auntie Lou, Uncle JJ, Tussie even talk about this too as well. My mom did too as well. Child, we were just talking about shit went downhill. I don't know what the hell's going on. It was just a matter of fact. Now I lost the train of thought again. What I been about to say. Um, Man, Lord Jesus. They kind of stopped teaching. Okay, they kind of stopped teaching that the fact that the people, the way they used to teach them to pass down the torch and all that type of stuff, it just like try to take us as friends rather than being a parent. And I say, look, man, you gotta be a parent first. Now, for me, in my own experience, my mother was being a parent. She didn't have the time to play around. But that's what's going on nowadays because many people don't have, good childhoods. So I could let that slide because most people don't have the proper way how they act it because you don't know what people going through. So it was like their fault for the previous generations because they mess up in certain areas because they're not teaching certain things. How we supposed to keep on going, still love each other and all that. People gonna be people because it's that rebellion nature. Like my mom said, the reason why I go down here because people need to turn away from their wicked hearts so I can hear your land. It's just like, man, I agree with her on that part. It's just that people being rebellious, to be honest. Hard-headed, stiff-necked. This may sound like almost like a gospel right here, but you get the point because people are not talking about that part because if you really think about it, the reason why things go downhill because it's going to be hard for those who ain't loving Jesus. So that's why. And it's just like they're loving than themselves rather than the flesh. In the flesh, you could say that. So it was like, it's every man for themselves. This world going down here, inflation going up. I remember during the time before inflation started going up around like 2020 or 21. If I forget, let me know in the comment section down below. I remember you used to like have $1. You go to the store and you get 4 things and stuff, or you have 20. It doesn't matter. For example, like $20. It feel like you're rich. You get this cheap stuff, and you get a whole bag of groceries in your hand. Child, that was a 5-course meal. That was lit back then. Everything was cheap, and now inflation going up. And gas prices go through the roof now. And it's pretty much depopulation of the planet because even though there's more than enough for everybody in this planet, God gave us diamond, golds, and jewelries. We were all supposed to be born rich. It's just that matter of fact that man got greedy because they want to have everything. Even though there's enough for everybody. And 2, because our people, our ancestors was kind of rebellious and that's why the sins pass on down to us. It's a sin for a season. And then speaking of which, things might get worse. I'm going to mention about the book. If y'all know things about Noah, how things back then and Noah, everybody was evil back then. When God flooded the earth and all that type of stuff. It's not ever all these things come to pass. History repeats itself. So I'm just standing looking like it's going to get worse and worse until Jesus comes. After the people, those one who chosen the light, we're going to leave out of here. We're going to leave. It doesn't matter. Many people going to make their assumptions and all that. What happened and all that type of stuff. Child, all the good people gone because Jesus coming to get us. We ain't gonna live here. God not gonna let his people suffer down here as much as we should. I'm gonna end this right here so I can say this. This is gonna be part 2. Say one example just because of this one because people love to eat shit. So I made a TikTok video. Well, it's a video for Skitska, Common Sense. It's up on YouTube and on. If you get on TikTok, it's going to be on this page for this part. So this is going to be part 3. So I made 2 parts of Common Sense. One is the deleted scene and one is the original scene. The deleted scene explained why. Well, not too much. The deleted scene, it was just a little shorter than the longest original one I had to upload it now. It was just like, it was a group of people. They were just talking, la-da-da, la-da-da. And the dude was kind of being rebellious and trying to pull out his gun. And then, obviously people going to defend themselves. They pulled out his piece. And then he said, you really thought you could pull a Glock on us. So what's going to be the boss or us? He was just standing there silent with the gun in his pocket. He said, correct, Troy, if you do anything suspicious, I place a bullet in your ass. Is that clear? I take that side as a yes. Pretty much. that had more reviews than the original one. And the original is like, I just killed them off right there. And the reason why I killed them off right there, because it'd be best for you, it'd be less than problems. I could just end you right there. So that won't come bite my ass, even though you're going to betray me at the end. That made more sense. They rather take the original. Don't get me wrong, the silent part was funny. I will admit that. I give you to you that. It's like people promote bad behavior. That goes to shows that they don't like killing. They don't like senses. It's like, speaking of which, I remember many people don't even like certain things on violence or something, certain things. Even though we don't have many justice in this world too as well. It was like, oh boy, people something else. I don't know. It had more reviews than the deleted scene one than the original video. It's like and they have like a little like I'm not kind of complaining. I take what I got, but it feels like to me personally, though, I feel like why you take that instead of just taking the original idea and the concept of it because it made more sense than the deleted version. You see what I'm getting at? But it's like it's kind of funny, like they said in the book, because it be a time people gonna take wrong is right and right is wrong. And I'm just standing there looking like, you know what? It goes to shows that people love to eat shit. It's because they love to eat shit, smell stupid shit, hear stupid shit, and their brains are ideologically full of idiotic that the brains can't even comprehend. It's beyond fixing of that. Sorry if I cuss too much, but it is. I said that in a text message when I was talking to Angel, and Angel laughed at that part. It's just that my mind just bogging me. It's just that people just. I feel like people just don't care anymore. Like I remember those times where those are good times. I'm sorry if I said that with people and all that. It's just that I miss those times where things were just simple. Things we was getting good stuff, good stuff, not bad ones. It was like a blessed season. And after 2013 or 2010, things went downhill. And I'm just standing there looking like this world coming to an end. It really is. Now, many people said that doesn't, well, one thing we have to say, we just live how we live. It can maybe be our last day, but we still living as a good time of it. But like the previous videos before, we all need each other. We gotta stay and pray up. Everything be all right. It just that it just bothered me. It's like everything was all right, and the next thing you know, it's just that people losing their shit all of a sudden. If the elders were still living and all that type of stuff, it won't be the exact same way like this. They was straight people out like this. But their time is over now and they're resting. So it's our job to pass down the torch and keep driving better. But people don't want to be better. They'd rather be full of shit and all that type of stuff. I should have wrote me a list down and explained certain things. Sorry if I stuttery, but hope y'all get the point when I'm coming across and saying. I did mention hard work because they throw out the window. I hope I could say this if I didn't get the chance to say it. But people just copycat off each other. But I'm gonna add this. I know I didn't say this. It's okay to reference those days if you really do like it. Reference those days. Make it your own taste, but people just copy it off so they can get more views and clout. It is like hard work throw out the window because people don't want to put in the effort. Everything they want is coming to them. People acting weird. It's like you want to join in a group, but you really don't. You can't even be yourself around people. Which is really, really frustrating. It's like nobody not trying to be like y'all. Can I be myself? Like you're not me, and you're not. It's like this. That's one thing I don't like. You're not the mind of the people. Let people the way how they think. Let them choose what they want to choose. Life. It's not that hard. leave, like, can you leave it at that? No, it's all about controlling. Everybody want to be on top of somebody. Everybody want to leech off of somebody. But I feel like it's more like a rant of this generation more. I did speak some truths here and there. Hoping next time if I remake this video, it'd be better next time. But I'm gonna say as it goes because I wish that next time I'll probably just rewrite what I'm gonna say and record it in my own voice. So shoot. That's about it for this final video. Or probably more parts if I can explain more. If I forget certain things. Since my phone about to die and I almost lost our data. Hope you guys have a blessed day. Keep your head up, be strong, keep your eye on God, and everything will be alright. Have a blessed one.